Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, still not blue apart from my back, and since today is the penultimate day of my daily vlog, then you won't have to hear about it after tomorrow, so that's a useful thing for you. Today was a day of arrivals, movie watching, and an order, so I didn't have any time after doing my movie watches to also add in any YouTube watches for once, but I'll definitely be doing a couple tomorrow, and I might go through the various people I've been watching during the month of July and giving a big mention for everybody I've mentioned at the end of it. That would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? And I'm a nice person. So if you hadn't guessed already, my arrival for today is the Blue Underground version of Succubus. This is the DVD because there's no Blu-ray, which is quite annoying because apparently this one went back to the original vault materials and was remastered, so if they've got the materials available, it's possible to do a new scan for the Blu-ray, but obviously they didn't back when, and they just haven't got round to it, or it's just not popular enough. This one is the plot wise, it's a chic nightclub where simulated snuff performances are a main attraction, and Lorna, the leading lady, is the obsession of men and women alike. Little do they realise that Lorna's Mephistophelian manager has transformed her into the essence of evil, a devil on earth, and soon the sensuous starlet's stage persona possesses her entirely, thrusting her into a hallucinatory world of sadomasochistic excess and drawing everyone she touches into her debaucherous delirium. How many of the alliterations can they actually get into one paragraph? Debaucherous delirium, sensuous starlet's stage. Oh, good. Anyway, can anyone stop Lorna before her perverse stage show becomes a murderous reality? Starring the beautiful Janine Reynaud from Two Undercover Angels, Kiss Me and Monster, Jack Taylor, The Ghost Galley and the Ninth Gate, and Howard Vernon from the awful Dr. Orloff and Delicatessen. Jess Franco's, who's directing, who did 99 Women and Vampiros Lesbos. Faustian Dream Fever provides a blueprint for the erotic horror that has become the infamous director's enduring legacy, newly remastered from existing vault materials, as I said. Succubus features exclusive extras, including revealing interviews with Jess Franco and Jack Taylor. When they say including, what they mean is the extras are the interview with Jess Franco, the interview with Jack Taylor, and a trailer. So basically, that's mostly most of the extras. But anyway, yeah, I've been waiting for that one for a while. That one turned up from Wow HD today, and luckily Wow HD are carrying the Blue Underground one, which is the superior version that's available. It's not got the alternative or original, I think, potentially German longer version ending on it, or certain sequences in that are changed, and apparently the ending of the German version is quite different, but apparently to see that ending you have to get the German copy, which is in German with German subtitles, so that's a no-no really for any English speakers only like myself, and it doesn't appear to be an extra on any other releases either, so there's no way of finding out what it is without just watching it on a German release that you can't understand. So that's a bit of a shame really. I don't, not knowing how good the film is yet, but I think that considering there are these multiple versions The materials, original materials, are available, and there are a couple of interviews already. Plus, you've got these alternative versions and alternative endings, etc. I think it would make a really good baseline for a Blu-ray, as long as enough people were interested. And Jess Franco stuff, I imagine, would go. So, who knows? So, I think we can safely say that the lead in this is a fallen woman, so to speak. So, sticking with that theme for the rest of the day, segue. I decided to watch a few films, and I decided I would watch the Fallen series, so to speak. I've watched the first of these, but I have never watched the second two, so I was decided, why not? I'm sat at home unable to go anywhere, so let's enjoy a bit of fun. The first two I've only got on Blu-ray, but they're on Steelbooks, so let's start off with Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great fun. I mean, where they say on the quote from the Daily Star is a blast from start to finish. They're not really kidding, are they? That's just Gerard Butler is Die Hard in the White House. So yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic. I really like this film. Rate it. It is. It's got some very clever twists. Not super twists, but it's got some clever thinking behind it, and it is pretty action-packed from start to finish. So yeah, if you're looking for anything like that, you enjoy something like Die Hard and full-on action, then if you haven't seen it, certainly recommend Olympus Has Fallen with Gerard Butler in the saves the president, saves the world type role. If you can succeed. And as an aside, I found, as well, just because I was casually looking it up as I was watching, I found out that this Zavvi exclusive Steelbook in decent nick, even if it's second hand like this one, especially if it's got the back. Is worth up to about 80 quid. So I'm putting that one away in some nice protector before I put it away, which it wasn't in before. Next up, worth a lot less, but still with a very pretty Steelbook, we have London Has Fallen. I've got to say that not as good as the first. I don't think either of the sequels are as good as the original, as is often the case, but thoroughly enjoyable, very similar type thing, clever thinking, half an hour less runtime, so if you want something quicker, this is only about an hour and a half, whereas the other two are around about 2 hours each. So it's got some fantastic scenes of destruction throughout the whole of London. It really captures the more closed-in spaces of a British city as compared to an American city. I think it did that really well. The action is absolutely frenetic throughout, and the chase scene through London is one of the best I've ever seen. It's absolutely fantastic. The subwoofer is going like crazy. The workout on the surround speakers is absolutely great. The gunfire is coming from every angle. It's superb. yeah, the chase sequence though, it's real standout. It's pulse pounding stuff all the way from start to finish, that bit. Lots and lots of destruction. I don't think that they're going to take more, goodness knows how long to rebuild half of London after this one. But yep, and of course Gerard is back in action, saving the world again, etc. So yeah, I again would thoroughly recommend this. A worthy successor to the first one, if not quite as good, but it's really nice to be able to see the London streets and like I said, the enclosed environs, and even the side the side street type stuff. You just can tell what instantly just by looking at it what country it's from, or if not London, then very much in Britain. So I think it's done really well for an American company to recognise those subtle differences and pick up on it and use them to the film's advantage. What is specifically brilliant about, I think, the chase sequence is, despite the fact it's absolutely frenetic, non-stop, pulse-pounding through action through the streets of London, starting in all modes of transport that you can possibly imagine. The cutting, despite the fact that it's, you're moving from one location to the next, so the cutting is never so choppy that you lose sight of what each character or whatever is doing at the time, and that's a real skill, in my opinion. There are far too many films now that you cut between the sequences so fast that to make it look exciting, you actually lose sight of who's where, who's doing what, etc. This keeps that seamless, and you understand where each person in the pursuit or whatever is, but it still keeps it absolutely on the edge of your seat type of stuff. So yeah, that's top notch. And then we get on to the final one of the films. I'm not sure if there is a steelbook for this, but by this time I'd gone 4K anyway, so there isn't a 4K steelbook as far as I know. Please put in the comments if there is, because I shall probably work out how to get it. And this is Angel Has Fallen. This has a bit of a different tone, because in this, instead of him being the trusted hero throughout type of thing, he has been, obviously, because he's the hero, we all know he's the hero we're watching, he's been set up to make it look as if he was the one who's the bad guy and has tried to betray his country and betray the president, though of course we know that would never happen. The picture is crystal sharp. The plot is quite twisty and clever, and you can spot some of the things early on if you know what to look for. I didn't spot them at the time, though you thought maybe that's going to come back in later in some form, but some of the ways it was done were actually quite clever, the way that later on they showed why certain things were done in a certain way and how he was set up so well, and that's pretty darned impressive. So yeah, and I must say, CGI or not, the drone attack sequence near the start is outrageously violent. It's just absolute carnage. It's fantastic. And there's also a very, very clever bit near the essentially the denouement, the end, the final fight sequences stuff, that worked really, really well in sort of like the deception. Again, it's clever camera use as well, until the the cameras also are used to do the reveal. It's very much a show not tell. It's very, very clever. I do like the editing, the directing, so again in this one, so I'm very pleased. And obviously on top, as well as Gerard Butler, who I must say, by this one, I'm not quite sure how many years between the first and the last. If I've got this one, if I can look it up quickly. It's 2013 to... It's only 2013 to 2019. I thought it might be longer, because Gerard Butler does seem to have put on quite a few years. I'm sort of not saying he didn't look for it, but I don't know why. His face has sort of assumed that action star craggy look rather than the more youthful look he had in the first couple of films. And I mean, you can't go wrong with Morgan Freeman. I mean, if he isn't playing the president, he's playing God, isn't he? So that was my 3 watches, the Fallen series. As I said, hadn't watched London Has Fallen or Angel Has Fallen before today. Thoroughly enjoyed them both. Don't think they were quite as good as the first one, but I would watch them again in a heartbeat. They are very, very good action movies of the genres. I would recommend them to anyone. So I get out there. And the only other thing I did today, like I said, didn't have time for YouTube after watching 3 movies. That was added up to about 6 hours worth of watching. I didn't get to start until relatively late in the day because I'd had a late night. Probably remember doing these videos. So I can't remember why I was particularly late. But yeah, so the only other thing relatable to yourselves today is I placed an order with Amazon for an item that I saw reviewed on Hordes of Horrors recommended films a little while ago, and also came up on is available on such and such channel, and she gave her reasons for liking it. I found the reasons making it worthwhile me being interested in watching, but I was under the impression, considering the prices and how difficult it was to get hold of, that it was out of print. But suddenly it came back into Amazon on Prime, so next day delivery. So I put in my order and that'll be here tomorrow. So you can either go to Hordes of Horrors site and look through lots of her videos, which would be very nice for her, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it doing anyway because they're very, very good. Or you can wait until and try to guess what I've bought, or you can guess, or you can, sorry, not guess, you can wait until tomorrow when I shall reveal what I've bought, and I let you know what I picked up on from the Hordes of Horrors favourite videos, and why she thought it was good and why I related to the idea. So that's for tomorrow. In the meantime, if you like this video, like I said, please make any comments you have on what you think of the Has Fallen series of films. Anything to do with Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman, anything like that. Jess, Franco, Succubus. So yeah, and please, like I said, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below and I will respond. Thank you very much indeed for watching. It's always appreciated, and I thank you very much again. I hope you have really enjoyed the whole of these July vlogs, and you're almost there. I'm almost there. I'm hopefully my back won't suddenly collapse and I can make the final day. I'll have to be wheelchaired in just to make sure I can finish the series, I think. Okay, thank you very much again, and bye.